The philosophy behind this channel is that I can criticize things and complain in hopefully just smart enough of a manner, just smart enough, just above the dumbass range and into the smart range, that you guys can hear my complaints and form your own. That's what motivated me when I was younger. I would watch people that were very critical about many different video games, and many different movies, and many different TV shows, and I learned my own vocabulary. I built my own opinions off of that. That's my motivation. That's the wholesome desire I have for this channel, is that you hear me and you don't think, wow, Boom is right, he's our guru. You think, now that's a pretty good way of wording that. How can I word something like that in my own life? Not just about video games, but in general. How can I make my case in the same way that he's making his? So that's my goal. I want to make my case in a way that makes you want to make your cases better. I'm not just negative, but you know who is? All of these people out there, and I'm just gonna generalize because I've seen so much of it on iFunny, on Reddit. Oh, I just outed the fact that I use the racist app, but anyway, on Reddit, on iFunny, on Twitter, on YouTube, I see so much of this Battlefield is killing Call of Duty thing, and man, all I can think is, man, you are the type of person that reality TV shows work on. Look, not everything needs to be high art. I don't think that Battlefield did anything wrong by showing 2 cool looking trailers. I think the community's out to fucking lunch if they think that that trailer is indicative of the next 4 years of that Battlefield game. You are out to goddamn lunch. You haven't figured out anything. You haven't paid attention to Cyberpunk or Battlefield 5 or Battlefront 2. Hey, where's all of Titanfall 2's support? I'm seeing a running trend there. It's not DICE. Maybe it's EA? Maybe EA's the running trend with games that look really promising but then just lose all content. I understand being excited about Battlefield, especially with those trailers just playing on our nostalgia and showing us the type of Battlefield that a lot of us have been wanting since 2013. I mean, hell, Modern Warfare 2019 was the type of Call of Duty I wanted because it was like Black Ops 1 and Call of Duty Ghosts and MW2. It was giving me those vibes in terms of its map design and gameplay philosophies. Rhyming design language is the best way I could put it. So I get being excited, I get that nostalgia trip, I understand it. Man, Halo Infinite's got me there as well. But Halo Infinite's given me a lot of information, and even though I'm hyped, I am still a bit skeptical. Not of what I've heard, I think what I've heard is great, but how is Halo Infinite going to support itself? But this is the topic around Battlefield 2042, at least it fucking should be. Battlefield 2042 is an EA and DICE project, which means that the rug could get pulled out from under at any time and you're left wondering why you spent $70. So the game launches with 6 or 7 maps, okay, that's cool, but what if there's like 3 or 4 months between every map's release because they want to make bigger and more interesting maps? It takes longer. You know, what's that gonna look like? I mean, there's no campaign. Luckily, there's AI bots, but I don't consider that to be a great thing. You know, I've been shooting bots in FPS games for a long time, but if there's no story or context, it's sort of like, hey, I could be playing this online and I would actually give a shit. But it's good for practice, I guess. But either way, are we going to be getting consistent content, like actual DLC releases? Like, here's 3 maps and 10 guns, or are we gonna get a map and 2 guns every couple of months? And it just kind of feels like the game's always playing catch up. I mean, if you can't picture the worst, you don't have a working imagination. I mean, the worst case scenario is out there, and it's very, very high in its potential. And the reason it is because we've seen this pattern before and recently. Now, there's a reason that Titanfall 2 isn't in the same league as Rainbow Six Siege. EA didn't want to keep putting money into it and focus on marketing it and putting it out there and sponsoring people. They just didn't give a shit, and they just let it die. EA has a habit of releasing a $60, $70 game and going, hey, okay, that made us a bunch of money, now pull out, we gotta go make a new project. So don't be praying that Battlefield kills Call of Duty, be praying that Battlefield doesn't kill itself. Like, why are we shitting on the new Call of Duty game? I mean, the current one is, yeah, I get it, it's bubkiss. I've complained about this a lot. Even Modern Warfare was imperfect, but Cold War is just soulless. I understand that entirely, but at the same time, shitting on Call of Duty as a franchise makes no sense in this context. Like at all. At all. I thought it was dumb when people tore into Infinite Warfare when we had not even seen a millisecond of actual gameplay. Oh, it's the most disliked trailer. Yeah? So what? Not playing Infinite Warfare because of its trailer is like not reading a book because of its cover. Oh my god, I just understood that expression. Infinite Warfare was a great game at the wrong time. Like, honestly, I think it improved a lot of things that Black Ops 3 did the year before and Advanced Warfare did the year before that. I think Infinite Warfare did some of just my favorite things in Call of Duty, but it wasn't something I was in the mood for because I had recently seen 2 things like it. So I get the criticisms for Infinite Warfare. What I didn't get was the vitriolic, hyperbolic hate, damnation of the game for existing in the first place. Battlefield 1 wins. Except Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, at least on Xbox, had just more players than Battlefield. Just more. That's not a joke. Like, if you went to the most played section, Battlefield 1 was lower than Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered multiple times. Level Cap got torn apart for pointing out that the game was losing players, Battlefield 1 I mean. So even though Infinite Warfare was an underperforming COD, it was still outperforming BF1 in terms of player retention. And if you want to make fun of the fan base and say, oh, that's just kids, that's just dumbasses, let's not point fingers, because a lot of the people that got into Battlefield 1 were kids and dumbasses. I mean, and your response to that should be, how would you know? Exactly, I wouldn't. So that's why you gotta be careful with generalizing the population that plays a certain video game, even though I do think Overwatch players hate themselves. Moving on. To shit on a video game before you've even seen it. Seriously, we're shitting on Call of Duty as a franchise now. We don't even know what Medal of Honor Vanguard is gonna look like. Yeah, I know what I called it. We don't even know what that game's going to be, okay? But people are already shitting on it. They're already just shitting on the future of Call of Duty in general. You're shitting on something you haven't seen due to the current state of the franchise, not the upcoming state of the franchise, which could change very rapidly. The franchise drastically changed after Modern Warfare 2019. It can drastically change again. That's a potential. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, I'm saying it's a potential. You're doing that based on a trailer with no alternative trailer to pick on, okay? You don't have a Call of Duty World War II Vanguard trailer to pick on, do you? No. So this tells me that the marketing worked. Your monkey brain responded positively to the nostalgia bait, to the explosions, to the graphics. That's what you're into. That's what you're excited about. You're excited that it might relive Battlefield 3 and 4 moments. Oh my god, I've never seen a helicopter explode before. You know, I'm 10 years old again, and oh my god, Renazooks, that's like the coolest thing in the world. I'm sorry, like, we've seen so much cool stuff in the FPS market. You know, Titanfall 2, and Warzone, and Apex. Hell, even Fortnite's got some interesting shit. There is so much out there now. Battlefield's lost a lot of its flavor. And hell, its big gimmick is Just Cause 4's big gimmick. Spicy weather. I mean, I like destruction more than weather in Battlefield, so hopefully I can knock down a skyscraper, not just jump off of the skyscraper into a tornado. The reason I'm picking on Battlefield right now is that it's funny to me how many people have sold their soul for it already, and they've devoted all their hype to it, which tells me that even if the game ends up kind of sucking shit, it'll take people a while to admit it. And we've seen this with Treyarch Call of Duty games. They come out, and the Treyarch fandom is just so excited. They're so, well, they do what sycophants do, and they just praise the hell out of it, and then like months go by, and then they go, hey, the score streak system sucks. I'm tired of getting killed by specialist weapons. I'm tired of snipers not having flinch. What the hell's going on? They have to like slowly realize it. And you know, that's one of the things I try to avoid on my channel here. That's why I criticize the hell out of every single game, and it drives everyone that watches my videos, or so many people that watch my videos, drives them insane. They think I'm just pissing in the wind to piss in the wind, and it's not really the case. The point is that all of these games that we enjoy, on the first hand, are just fucking video games, calm down. The second hand, they're not perfect. And you expecting them to be is sad. So please stop. There are things I like about Black Ops 4 and Black Ops Cold War, 2 of my least favorite Call of Duty games of all time. And there are things about Modern Warfare 2019, the game that really got me back into being hyped for COD. There are things about it I absolutely despise, and I'll bitch about them every time I stream the game because they are prominent in my mind, because they're a stain on my perfect window. I wish Kingdom Hearts 3 had a better story. I wish Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain wasn't so long. I wish Minecraft never turned into an RPG and just got rid of that fucking enchanting table and the leveling and stuff. I wish it was more of a surrealist survival game more than what it's turning into, which is just so, oh god, it's so cringy to say, but it's just so corporate now. It doesn't at all play to my childhood memories of what Minecraft was. You know, I wish Assassin's Creed was less about fetch quests and stupid open worlds and more about a refined stealth and combat experience. I love Ghost of Tsushima, but you know, I even have problems with Ghost of Tsushima that I don't have the time to New Game Plus it right now. I'm adoring Red Dead Online, but you know what? I'll have to admit, doesn't have a lot of content in it, and I'm probably gonna burn out on it because of that lack of content. And God, I wish Rockstar just had a more conventional control scheme, because certain button prompts and certain things just drive me up the fucking wall when I try to play this game. What I'm saying is, for lack of a better term, can we not promise EA and DICE our firstborn child over 2 trailers, 1 scripted, 1 in-engine? Thanks. That's all I'm asking. Can we not write off Call of Duty just because it doesn't have skyscrapers and big exploding buildings and tornadoes? Can we not? Can we just not do that? I'm sorry that the soul of Call of Duty is not ground war, it's not war mode, it's not zombies, it's 6v6 multiplayer. That's the soul of Call of Duty. That's the core experience. And it's a little bit more mundane, it's a little bit more simplistic, it's a little bit quieter, it's not as grand. But it sure the fuck is fun. For so many people, the Call of Duty formula is really fun. It doesn't need to have 128 players, it doesn't need to have big destructible buildings and tornadoes. It just needs to be refined and enjoyable. I'm sorry that video games aren't perfect, and I'm sorry that people are gonna be out here to be like, hey, you know, maybe we should tone down our hype a little bit and turn the hype into excitement, and then make the excitement predicated on quality instead of the hype thing again. Because the word hype, in my opinion, when I think of it, is it's sort of unjustified excitement that exceeds normal levels. So, yeah. That being said, I'm incredibly hyped for Halo Infinite. Go 343, you are turning things around. Don't let me down, please. See you when I see you guys. That click you heard, that was me slapping my mouse down. So that probably doesn't sound good on the audio, but who cares? See you when I see you. Good day.